January vlogs, I talked about getting back into routine. Little did I know that a family emergency would happen and I would be gone for another couple weeks. Take two in trying to get back into routine for 2025. It's February 12th and I haven't really recorded anything since coming back from Hawaii, just trying to catch up with life and get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to be more social again. So for example, I went to Excelsior Coffee and I got to catch up with Kris. Got myself a matcha latte, but they had also set aside some of their coffee bean bags for me to make more vests out of. So thank you, Excelsior Coffee. And when I got to the studio, Saint happened to have a surprise for me. She got me a freaking Monstera, the rare Thai constellation Monstera. I'm getting back in the swing of things, but definitely being around the right people has been helping a lot.
It's perfect. Stop crying about it. It is so cute.
For today, I went back to my old studio, Balai Creative. So a couple years ago, I was part of a fashion show called Turnout for Turtle, and we had been storing everything, like all the leftover material, all the looks at Balai Creative with Sear. So we all had to filter things out. So here is my haul from the Turnout for Turtle show. All of this is fabric. Whew. I got those coffee bean bags and then I got all this fabric, which means I should probably stop talking and put these away so that I can continue sewing some stuff. The way I store the coffee bags is simply rolling them up, bundling with a rubber band, and then placing in a crate. But as for fabric, you'll see that I'm inspired by the way fabric stores organize fabric. I use scrap pieces of cardboard to wrap the fabric around. This gives them a sturdy base to stand up in the shelves. Notice I tuck in the raw edges. This is to protect the threads from unraveling, fraying. Another tuck in. You'll also notice I'm not wrapping it around the cardboard too tight. I am trying my best to be neat, but I try not to wrap the fabric around too tightly on the cardboard because I don't want to stretch the fabric and stress it out and end up getting weird indentations. It was empty. I'm making more shirts like this one right here that I finished back in November, I think. I did this one yesterday. Here's the third one. My friend Sophia has a chain stitch embroidery machine at her studio and she said I can play with it whenever I'm ready. So ideally, I would have a bunch of these simple work shirts and other things that I want to embroider before going there. For this one, I use some fabric paint. Although I do like it, I think it would be a stronger piece with embroidery though. The graphics I think would stick out a lot more. I think for future ones I definitely want something bold and clean. So I'm basically creating like a bunch of blank canvases. I'm done for the day. Alright, this is not the cutest shot. I am at the Jollibee parking lot. It's like 9:15. I'm eating a little bit before I drive home. And the reason why I'm out this late, I really wanted to prioritize making a couple of things at artillery today because I know that starting next week, things are going to start ramping up in terms of project deadlines and possibly some gigs. Today was really about dedicating time to things that I wanted to create, and then I got hit up by my sensei, my mentor, Stephen Ha, who is a muralist out here in the Bay. And he hit me up for joining him at a gig tomorrow. Painting murals requires a lot of material. I had to get my supplies at Suckaflea in Soma, and I was hoping that the paint and the brushes I had would work with the idea that Stephen Ha has for the mural. Turns out I used most of the paint, so then I had to drive all the way to my studio, which is the opposite side of the city. I eat a little bit, go home, hopefully get some good sleep, and then unexpectedly paint a mural tomorrow. The opportunity Stephen Ha invited me to be part of was for East Oakland Pride Elementary. It was a whole big ceremonial type of day, hosted by Steph and Aisha Curry's foundation Eat, Learn, Play, and NBA Cares. While Steve and Tim Hahn painted an auditorium wall, me and Eric and Adora painted these privacy screens. One side we freestyled, and the next side we followed along Steve's design. I found out Steph and Aisha Curry were there during the school assembly, along with Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston. I didn't get to see them, but I'm just happy I got to be part of this event, especially during the NBA All-Star Weekend. Although I don't play basketball, I've been surrounded by basketball my whole life, so seeing the Bay transform for it was pretty cool. For example, Excelsior Coffee had a pop-up at fouronenine Gallery, which hosted a vsco partnered basketball-inspired exhibition. Not basketball related, but the same weekend, my friend's tattoo shop Bituin had its grand opening. I've known Saints since they were a toddler, so seeing their own shop and sculptural work had me hella proud. After the long weekend, I was eager to get back and finally finish this camp collar shirt, especially because I wanted to finally get started on working on some of my coffee bag utility vests with all the new bags that I got from Excelsior Coffee. Do we want to do this one? This one I hella like the font. I finished cutting out the pieces for the vest with the burlap, but I don't have any fabric for lining. And the fabric that I thought I could use for lining, it's really thin and you can see and feel the burlap through it, which definitely defeats the purpose. The reason why you want lining with the burlap is so that it's smooth and you don't get itchy. Sounds like I gotta go to scrap tomorrow to look for some fabric to use for lining. Oh darn. Imagine a warehouse-sized thrift store, but rather than clothes, it's all sorts of art supplies. I just came back from scrap and I'm at the studio now to drop off the mural supplies from the weekend, as well as bring back my scrap haul. I was hoping for more exciting fabric, but they seem to have been cleared out a bit in terms of textiles. I'll show you what I have. You'll see I have this cute chartreuse that will be used for the utility vest. The two small scraps are going to be used for my heart tote bags, and then I have this grayish navy. I don't really know. This will definitely do for now, so I'm still happy. And you can see I haven't picked up the paint from the wagon yet because I'm thinking of putting it away another day. I'm wearing Christopher's pants and I'm scared of messing them up. My friend Shanna asked me, what are you doing Thursday? And I said nothing. And well, we ended up here. Everything was hella cute. As you can see. Not only were the drinks cute, but they were actually really good. Thank you, Shanna, for making me your +1 and getting me to listen to Sabrina in the first place. I rarely make my way to the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge, so I was excited when the Bay Area Discovery Museum asked me to teach a workshop. Out of safety for the kiddos, I didn't get footage of the workshop, but here's how I prepared for it. Each participant got to make a fuzzy woven felt bear, and I used a Cricut to cut dozens of my template. I'm hella happy with how they came out, and look how much cuter the kids made them. I just finished teaching a really cute workshop at the Bay Area Discovery Museum. It confirmed to me that this is the way that I can still teach. I used to teach for different after-school programs. I've taught literally from kindergartners to senior citizens. One thing I haven't really talked about to folks is how choosing to stop teaching to pursue art full-time has actually had me feel very guilty about it, especially considering how the communities I teach are often those marginalized, and I know that the work that I do has made an impact. It's undoubtedly heavy work. I know that I'm doing art projects with them, and on the surface they're light. There's deeper roots to the projects that I do with the students, one in which they can celebrate the multitudes of their identity, their culture and their history, their own stories, and feel safe to. I often feel guilty about it because I know I'm good at it. I know that I can be a resource for youth. I just don't have the capacity. So being able to teach once in a while and when I feel like it, or when different organizations hit me up, like, it's definitely confirmed this is how I meant to do it. Like, I can still have an impact through working with youth in a different capacity, and I get to have fun too.